This episode was recorded prior to the tragedy of George Floyd's indescribable death. However, it was also after too many Black humans' lives have been taken at the hands of racism and prejudice. For ways to help, donate, or get involved, please visit blacklivesmatters.card.co. That's blacklivesmatters.card.co. And afterwards, go educate yourself and your children. There is more to just not being racist anymore. Join the millions worldwide that choose anti-racism. We hear you, we see you, we're listening. Welcome to the Winey Girl podcast. I'm your host, Abby, and each week I invite my guests to talk about real life, personal struggles, and owning your shit through all of it. We'll share life's journeys over a glass of wine, and we'll get real about growth, self-awareness, and being the best work in progress you can be. So grab a glass, pour a drink, and come wine with us. So the Vodka Vixon is back. And the old fashioned is here.
Hello.
It's the threesome everyone's been waiting for.
Yep.
Convincing.
Everyone. All of the listeners have been.
Every single one of them.
Is this one? Is this a? Oh yeah. Is this one of the Insta influencers? Like everyone's been asking about.
Yeah, everyone keeps asking me how
you've all been. Everyone's really been asking.
No one
me
asked
about
you
where I get this.
Yeah, no one ever asked.
No one has asked you.
Well, let's do a cheers to an awesome three-way podcast. First one on the Winey Girl. I'm super excited.
First one.
Cheers!
I'm so glad I could join. Cheers!
Clink, clink.
Very big announcement.
Here we go. Big announcement.
Bananas is our panic word.
Oh my God. I'm shooketh.
It's our official team panic word.
I'm gone. I'm shooketh.
Yeah.
Did you institute that?
Yeah, obviously. Well, actually, one of my team was like, I was listening to this really great podcast and we heard this word bananas. And I was like, no way. Full transparency, I have not listened to the last one yet. So,
well,
I know you guys were
talking. The episode shot. Everything was based on that. So
I know. So we can't really, I can fake it.
You got called out on the last episode.
So let's see. You're having a threesome and you're already telling us you're going to fake it.
Yeah.
I guess. There's nowhere to go but up from here.
Right. I'm a woman of a certain age.
Is this going to be innuendo the whole time? We could have a lot of fun with this.
Pretty much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Paul, did you say you got called out or I got called out?
The Vodka Vixon got called out.
I got a shout out? Okay. Yeah, it has been a crazy week.
I don't know if it was a shout out. It was definitely a call out.
Like a call to action. Damn, I feel like I should go back and listen so I am like prepared for battle here.
Yeah, there's
the
no
Vodka
time.
Vixen's glass half full. She's just putting a positive spin on everything.
She's like, I got called out. Woohoo. Shout out. Vodka Vixon.
So let me be more blunt. I called your attack on my bananas.
But I redeemed it by making it our team safe word. Panic word.
That's why I said if you're going to use it, you can't shit on it. That was my whole point.
I didn't shit on it as much as I said I'm not sure it will pick up. But look, it has.
And look who's rolling it out. Look who's rolling out the whole operation here. She's already used it on the phone with me.
You know what? I have to retract my statement because here's what I did. I said
retraction.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to enjoy this.
Okay. I said before I say to the old fashioned, you can't roll out bananas, maybe I should see if you can roll out bananas. And golly gosh darn, wouldn't you know it? You can roll out bananas.
Just works.
Yeah.
It just works.
So we used it at work the other day and it picked up and I think it will become an inside joke on my team.
That's awesome.
So.
I want to know what was the emergency circumstance, if you can divulge that information.
I can.
That you had
it's not
to...
confidential.
Okay.
So I do a kind of a crisis training with my team. And you would think like, oh, crisis training, that sounds very serious. It is training them how to answer the phone.
Ooh, that does sound serious.
Yeah. And this, it's funny because it's hard for college students to know how to answer the phone. They're 19, 20, 21. They've been texting a long time. They do everything on the computer. So they carry an emergency response phone, and even just like answering it is nerve-wracking for them. So we kind of do like rapid fire, and we put them through, I created this whole thing where we put them through these fake calls. And so I have half my team in one room being the callers, and then I have the new folks answering the phones, and we kind of monitor it.
This is quite an elaborate setup you've got.
Wow. It is. Yeah, I created it all, trademarked. One of the kids answered the phone, and the caller started with their scenario, and the moderator, there's like the real moderator, and then I'm like the background moderator. So all the team gets to play their different roles and be leaders and grow in the experience. And so the moderator realized she had forgot to set the scene and tell the person answering the phone, like, we try to say, like, what day of the week is it? What time of day is it? Because there's different responses as far as emergency goes for these different scenarios. And so the moderator realizes that she forgot to set the tone or the stage per se. And so the person answering the phone kind of looks at us like, oh, and I go, bananas! Bananas! And so he hung up the phone, and I could hear the people in the back, the callers, like, what in the heck is going on? And so they put in our little group chat, rude. And then the student was like, bananas is our new word.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah. And then I told them,
I don't need to make any further argument.
Yeah. Every time we say it, we have to say, trademarked by the old fashioned.
There you go.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Right.
Well,
so we'll start sending you your royalty checks.
Yeah, I'm sure those will start showing up real soon from a college campus.
Why is the old fashioned standing by the mailbox?
Just waiting on that cash.
You have to teach them how to get mail too. Is that like a scenario? Yes. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. Mail truck's rolling up.
Yep. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing.
Is that where you thought you would end up?
No.
But she does have a township. So
but I do play township, so broadening my horizon. Yeah.
She's moving on up. It's fine.
It's a tough, I'm in a tough spot, as you both know, like with the Marine Corps, they just keep like benefits and carrots. And so the position I'm in now, I make a really great living, a great take-home pay to be head of household.
Right.
Head of household on my taxes, to have 2 kids. And part of my compensation package is untaxed housing. So my housing is paid for, all my utilities are paid for. It's tough. Like, in order to go out and find a job that would cover those extra benefits, I have to get like a $25,000 pay raise.
Yeah.
And that's tough, especially during COVID. So,
really? Is no one hiring right now?
all the jobs, right? Yeah.
Correction. The places you don't want to work or couldn't afford to work at. That's what's hiring right now.
Right. So I want to stay in this area. The cost of living is a medium cost of living. So in order to keep the kids in good school districts, I am where I am.
Yeah.
I hear podcasting's pretty lucrative.
Yeah. You know what else is lucrative? Premium Snap.
Really?
I don't know, but I hear that.
Premium Snap. I'll look into that.
Yeah.
I've seen an ad or two.
Put it on the dry erase board?
Yes. We'll discuss that next week. Oh my gosh. Well, I am super excited that both of you are here. I have a really fun game that we're going to play tonight.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about like work during COVID, but you know what? Fuck that noise. Nobody really gives a shit about it anymore. We're all over it. I read an amazing tweet today that said quarantine 2020 is like the check engine light, where like at first it freaks you out, but like after a while you're just like, well, I got to go to work. So I'm just going to keep driving and hope my car doesn't
My car hasn't exploded yet.
Yeah. So we're good.
So instead of playing How Was Work During COVID, we're going to play Strip How Was Work During COVID.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Fingers crossed. No?
Crap, I should have started with more close.
No, we're not doing that. Yeah, you're already at a deficit here.
Damn, you got a cardigan. Damn, I started at the wrong spot. Okay.
I got the parka, the scarf.
Right.
Look at him. He's all like bundled up.
I know. I think I'm walking into a trap here. What is the game?
Okay, so we're going to pretend
I don't know this either.
You don't, because I'm like, I don't want to give you fair warning because that's not fair.
Hey, I'm adaptable. I'll rise and show
You're gonna rise to the occasion. All right, so this game, it's kind of like Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Okay.
But along a different line.
Okay.
Along a dating line. So let's say all of us were dating. So you're the only one in like the dating scene right now, right?
Yeah.
But I imagine it's tough because we all know that like the shitty part about dating now in 2020 is like you don't meet people places.
COVID.
Well,
the
COVID.
Shitty thing about dating is COVID.
That's the shittiest thing. But then the shittier thing that's been going on for quite some time is like no one meets anybody in public anymore, right? Like you all have to meet on apps.
Like in person. Like it's so hard to meet someone naturally.
Yeah, this is insane. Like because when we were all younger, so 20 years ago, that you just didn't meet people on the computer.
No.
You used your computer for Napster and
MySpace?
possibly MySpace, maybe, if you had an account, which some of us in this Zoom don't have an account.
I still have
he was doing maybe premium MySpace is a money making.
Maybe that is a thing.
You never know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Swipe up.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Swipe up. Okay.
All right. So now this is on the parameters of dating.
Okay.
This game goes red flag, deal breaker, full send. So your red flag is something that somebody like says or mentions or does that you're like, oh,
I'm going to make a note of that.
Like, I'm going to remember that for next time.
Okay.
But it's not like, we're not totally off the table. Deal breakers, obviously, just that. It's like, no, can't move forward.
It's over.
Yeah. Like they did this thing and I'm done. And then the full send is, I imagine, just like,
let's get naked.
I'm doing it. Like I'm driving to his house or driving to her house now. And we're like getting it on.
Okay. So
makes sense.
Red flag is thinking about it. Deal breaker is done. Full send is going.
Yeah. So I guess in order, it should go deal breaker, red flag, full send.
Full send. Okay.
It does make more sense that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apologies for not.
Let me see how much money I got on me. Manis are all going to be full sends. Like I heard a body hitting the sides of the trunk. It's like, could be groceries. I don't know. It's like the body was screaming.
Yeah. It's hard to question people.
Those avocados, sometimes they make weird noises in the grocery bags. So
you never know.
All right. So first topic is, okay, this is the first scenario. They have a super close friend of the opposite sex that you never meet.
Red flag. I'd say.
Never in how long? Okay, hold on. Do we get to ask questions?
Yeah, ask questions.
Where do you get these scenarios? Are you creating these scenarios?
Yeah, I wrote it down. I don't know.
Okay. They have a opposite.
They got a super. So let's say you meet. So let's say you meet somebody, right? And they're like constantly talking about this like super close friend they have. They're the opposite sex. So
their best friend Jenny.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're just, oh my gosh, you have to meet Jenny. Like, she's so
It's
amazing.
always Jenny. Jenny's such a fucking hoe.
Oh no, we lost her. Where'd she go?
I think she said bananas.
Did she say bananas?
Deal breaker, bananas.
We lost you for a second.
Sorry, my earbuds fell out and then the whole call went away. Okay.
Bananas.
I know.
Fuck
I
your
didn't
name.
even get to yell bananas and it was gone. Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to play, you could just be honest.
Right.
You don't have to just
Right.
like do the bit on me.
Okay. All right. Best friend Jenny. Gotta meet her. Do we know what Jenny looks like?
Oh yeah, because of course this person has like millions of pictures of Jenny in their phone, like of them together. Like,
Right.
oh my gosh, this is my BFF.
And on social media.
Totally. Because
Yeah.
you know you've stalked them at this point, right? Like before you even met up, you stalked them on social media.
This is getting salacious. Okay, so wait, Vodka Vixon.
Yeah.
When you're meeting someone and you're in those initial stages of dating, what's the acceptable timeline to meet their friend, best friend? Because that's not like the second date. Like, hey, this is my best friend. So I think that's important to the question.
Right.
That's valid.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is. That
Wouldn't
is.
just do it right out the gate.
Say, so I would say there are guidelines. Does the friend live here? Is the friend local? If the friend is local, I would say probably less. Like if we've gone out consistently for like a month, and when we're not dating once or twice a week, you're out on the other weeknights or weekends with your best friend Jenny. I would say probably like a month. Because here's what I'm gonna caveat this with. For the Vodka Vixen, second date is there were not a ton of folks that even made it to a second date, let alone beyond a second date. So if we've made it past a second date, like I'm investing time in you, and best friend Jenny, I probably would want to meet to get a read on in less than a month.
Okay. So let's say for red flag, deal breaker, full send parameters, if their reaction was...
Well, okay, hold on. Let's start where we are right now. Jenny in the beginning is a red flag.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now,
I would agree with that.
Now a month in and Jenny's never available or...
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
like
the red flags grow, and then it's like, okay, but Jenny's still on you know, Jenny on Saturday, and you guys got social media'd, and
then social media.
You know, we went to see Phantom of the Opera on Sunday, and not a peep about it. Like, not even.
That's when you start the banana. And then you give them the clue that you're on the gangplank, buddy.
You just start singing Gwen Stefani's song, B-A-N-A.
Right. So I read this meme once that says every time they do something, every time you see a red flag, you remove a letter from their name in your phone.
Yeah.
And when their name is gone, so is their phone number.
Then it's done.
That's not fair. Paul is at a huge handicap to Christopher. Christopher can get away with so much shit.
Yes. So I will teach him.
Like
we'll teach him
Aloysius.
Maybe you do the phone number. That way it's even.
All right, Paul, what do you think? Abby, what do you think? Like, best friend Jenny?
I think it's definitely a red flag. It's even more of a red flag. Like you said, if they're not available and they never want to meet me, or they never want to hang out when I'm hanging out, or even just be in the same vicinity, or if it seems like maybe Jenny isn't just a best friend because she doesn't even know about me. Like, that's weird.
Right. So let's use social media as example, because not everyone, I'm learning, social media is important, and it has rules and it means things. So say you post a picture, right? So I found Pauly B through the official Winey Girl and the Vodka Vixen. Pauly B is on that. And there's joking and there's interacting. And obviously we've known each other for a long time, but your friend, one of your friends who is there, friended the Vodka Vixen. Like, I already know that person's name. You know, there's been some interaction. Like, A friend of
Oh, really?
someone I'm seeing should be a friend of, like, friendly.
Right. They
Right?
should at least know you and be able to comment on something that you're also commenting on. Like, it
Right.
shouldn't be that you guys don't even know each other.
Exactly.
So it sounds like we all agree, red flag up front. If it's conversated, then it becomes a non-issue. If it becomes like this mysterious thing, then that
Right.
becomes
Yeah.
a deal
If
breaker.
you're looking for a more of a serious relationship, yeah, that it's got to be a.
Are we saying that communication is what solves this problem? Because I've never heard of that being a solution.
Use your
to...
words, girls. Use your words.
Right.
Okay, next one. Hates a specific animal. Like on their profile, or talks venomous, like, I can't stand dogs, or I can't stand cats, or
no, if it's dogs.
Okay, so it would be specific.
Yeah, if someone is like, I hate dogs, obviously they're not a good person.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I think that's fair to say. Now, what if that person was like, I hate cats?
Well, who doesn't?
Is that full send? Is that full send?
Right, like, who
Let's be real, cats are assholes.
Right, there's one in my house, but I would be like,
true.
yeah, fair. You hate cats? Fair.
I think cats would be like, why wouldn't you?
Right.
The cats themselves are like, we don't like you, obviously.
Right, cats are like, we can't spread COVID, but we would want to.
Right. If we could, we would. I'm pretty sure people with cats also hate cats.
Yeah.
I think you need to modify your question, because that's entirely which animal.
Yeah.
If someone was like, I hate dogs, it's like, you're a psychopath.
Right. Were you serial killer?
I hate possums, it's like,
right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Like, that's creepy as hell.
What did they do to you? But, I don't have
I hate birds. I hate them.
Hate birds.
Every bird is a C word.
Every bird that's ever lived.
Okay, so it depends on the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say deal breaker if it's dogs. Probably not a big deal if it's anything
I say
else.
if they're like, I hate snakes, full send. Let's get in bed.
So
I also hate snakes.
There are people like that. There are people like, ooh, okay. Wrap yourself in a snake, and that's a
Yeah,
fetish.
or I love snakes. Like, I really, what about that? Okay, so what if they don't hate? What if they love a specific animal?
Okay.
Oh,
if
full
it
send.
was birds, a hard pass.
Is that's not an option.
What's the option?
Hard pass is not an option.
What's the hard pass option?
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
Follow the rules.
Everyone knows I'm a rule breaker. Everyone knows that people that love birds and have birds are weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really met anybody who loves birds and has birds. Have you?
This might get divisive.
I'm going to lose like 5 followers. That's half of my people.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of...
It's all right. If they can't hang, they don't deserve to be here.
So if somebody was like,
Prove me wrong.
I love possums. Love them. Love possums.
Okay, well,
everyone's got a
take
favorite.
Jenny and go with
That's
your
a
pet
red flag.
and have a happy life.
Yeah, that's a red flag. I'm sorry. If someone was like, have you seen pictures of my possum? I love possums. I'd be like, red flag.
I would say red flag, but I've heard so many bizarre stories. So Vodka Vixon, one of my coworkers, dipped his toe into the dating pool, and he actually got so many good stories out of it. But I asked him golfing one day. I was like, what's the ultimate? And what he told me, I will never forget. And I could not get out of my head. So she might be listening, but he met a very normal, outwardly nice gal. And like immediately upon meeting in person, she said, hey, just so you know, I only eat hamburgers. And he just took that entirely. I was like, okay, I guess she just likes hamburgers a lot. I don't know why that was so important to tell me like up front.
This is why I wish this was videoed, because the look on Vodka Vixon's face right now is priceless. Keep going, it gets better.
They dated for a while, and literally she exclusively ate hamburgers. Not like with fries, not like there were a lot of hamburgers. Like it was like one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner. When they went out, anything. Just a plain hamburger.
I would call that as some sort of eating disorder.
Well, I would call bullshit, but I'm like, no one could make that up.
I have some things no one can make up.
Like when he arrives in an Uber and makes you pay for the Uber.
Oh my God.
That was a good story too. I don't think showing up in an Uber is that weird. If you're going to be drinking,
it wasn't like that in itself wasn't. The whole thing with that was like I really thought I had connected with this person. We had talked on the phone twice, which is sometimes you don't do at all. And we'd had like really great connections, a lot in common. And so we're going to meet out at a brewery, and I'm there. He's 10 minutes late. Oh, okay. Oh,
bad
well,
start.
my Uber was late. I was like, okay, whatever. No chemistry in person at all. Definitely used some creative photography in his.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Like the catfish photos that they're not really catfish, but they just know the angles. They got them angles.
Yeah, it was definitely head and shoulders.
The biggest fluke, like best picture you're ever going to get.
Yes.
Like you happen to have like perfect lighting, perfect perspective angle. It's like, so it's a picture of you. It's not a catfish, but it's like you will never replicate that as long as you live.
I learned head and shoulders only is a red flag.
Yeah, you got to see the body shape, right? 5
photos of just your head and shoulders. That's a red flag. So there was just, the conversation was very hard. He was clearly an introvert. He did radio for a job. So clearly like being behind the microphone and was his comfort level. And
was he like, we're going to go to the brewery next, and then I will take you over to...
Right. But funny, it was sports radio too. He did sports radio. And so, yeah. So anyway, I had already like ordered a beer sampler and everything. And he got up at some point and went to the bathroom, and I was like, check, please. I paid for it. He got back. I was like, yeah, I took care of this. And then, we walked.
So he didn't make you pay.
Oh, no. I wanted to end the date. And then, so we walked to my car, and I was like, well, great meeting you. Side hug. And I took off.
Oh, geez.
So having been married for 20 years, or been together for 20 years, I know what a big deal that is to get all made up and stuff. So when you have a bomb, like you go out and it's like, that was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
How often are you A, tempted, or B, go through with just going on another date? So it's like, that didn't work. I'm already made up.
Just like find someone to swipe and like be like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Yeah, no. To be totally honest, I never was like that. That's a lot just
done at that point.
Yeah, to get out for me with the kids,
like,
and
I need some sweatpants.
Right, I was probably paying for a babysitter by the hour. My guess is. So get home and call it a loss. Get home and let the ghosting begin. The slow fade.
See, that's where guys have it easy. Because like I could go out to Lowe's or I could go on a date. There's no difference in the preparation there.
There was none for this guy either. None.
A slightly more vigorous shower, maybe, if you know it's a date. But otherwise, it's like cut the lawn, go on a date, go to work. There's really no difference.
Yeah, like your worst time, you would go on a date and nobody would show, or it'd be a total catastrophe, and you'd be like, "Damn it, I washed my ass for this."
I never
guess I gotta go home now.
No shows. But if
you never got stood up,
no. If there was
Ever.
No, I've never been stood up, but I've been ghosted. If
where you're like, that went really well, and you're like, hey, we should get together again.
It's or like, this is going really well. There are tentative plans to meet up or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's just nothing.
Yeah,
okay.
They're like, hey, I think we should go to Bananas.
If they just texted Bananas, we would all understand.
Right.
But nobody has the maybe that needs to be the new courtesy word too. If you don't ever want to go on a date with somebody again, just drop Bananas in their inbox, in their DMs, slide into their DMs on a banana peel.
DMs, right?
Let them know.
I need to stop dating guys with top security clearance jobs, because they just disappear. all the time.
Oh,
All the
Yeah,
time.
what's the term for that? The vodka vixen is because they call chicks who like athletes jersey chasers.
Ooh.
You're a cami chaser.
oh, you're a cami chaser.
Oh, yikes.
But I suppose I am too.
Yeah. You
Y'all got a
say
type?
that and it's not untrue, but it like elicits feelings that I'm not sure I can identify.
Trigger.
Ooh. Yeah, yikes.
Hey, the old fashioned just calls him as he sees him.
Yeah. Okay. Slinging them out there. Pew, pew. Okay.
All right. Next scenario. They have over the top diet requirements.
Oh,
Not that they only eat cheeseburgers or hamburgers.
done. Out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Really?
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
Oh, how fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's like at a restaurant, like one modification is like, no problem.
Right.
Like, I don't like pickles. So anything that has pickles on it, I'm like, just put it on the side or whatever.
Right. Maybe you don't like
Yeah.
tomatoes. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, 2 things is like, all right, why don't you just order something else? And
Right.
3 is like, this needs to end.
Right.
I'm so annoyed by you. Like, how about you just ask them to build another fucking restaurant
Right.
and decorate differently? It's like
Yeah.
if you wanted that, why are you making them change the whole thing?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Otherwise,
good point.
take me to Fuddruckers where you build your own. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. Put your own shit on there, on your plate, and call it a day.
Every date's Old Country Buffet.
Right.
Every date is
Yum.
Golden
Get what you want.
Corral.
Okay, if that's the
GC,
next
baby.
topic, hard pass.
Yeah.
What's your answer? You
First
didn't
date.
mind?
I definitely am annoyed by that when I do go out with anyone who consistently like changes up the order on it really bothers me. But it's also like, I mean, I get it. Like I have a lot of weird things like, oh, I can't eat like mushrooms or I can't eat green peppers. But I will say normally I just look for everything that has that and I don't order it. So I
Right.
just order something else that I like. I don't try to modify what the actual order
Okay,
is.
so let's.
Yeah, and our entire family of 5, there's one allergy for one person. And I'm super annoyed by that.
Okay.
That's true.
Let's talk about right, like, are we on a first date? You're like, okay, no, this is ridiculous. But let's say it's
Yeah.
Abby and I and we go out, like it's definitely less annoying
Totally.
because I've known
If
her
it's
for
someone
so
you know.
long, or maybe I know
Right.
her allergies or her quirks, right? Like I know her Meg Ryan a la carte, on the side bit.
Mhm.
But
Right.
like I would probably like seriously again.
Why did you go Meg Ryan on that one?
Yeah, I did. Meg Ryan.
We clearly have the same references when it comes to old movie stars, irrelevant, washed up people.
Everything post children,
Yeah.
like doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Doesn't exist.
I'm not sure any modern references.
No.
That's the Winey Girl, the first episode. Got that
Yeah, I
Charlie
know.
Chaplin money.
I
What?
remember.
All right. So we all agree it's you guys are both like full deal breaker. First date diet requirements. If it's
over the top, yeah.
Yeah.
I might be like, all right, that's a red flag, but it all depends. Like, are they really freaking funny or super nice or
Do
something?
they
I
have
don't
a
know.
beard
It
and
would all depend.
tattoos? I don't know. I might overlook a lot of shit for.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But if they have diet requirements and they're wearing capris,
Yeah.
then that's out, right?
Right.
Like that's deal
Right.
breaker.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Right.
The grunt style T-shirt and the like veteran AF tattoo.
Yeah. Right.
Vodka Vixon's full send.
Right. Add 6 feet. Add taller than 6 feet. I mean, you
Oh.
get whatever you want, baby. Come to mama.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Basic veterans.
All right. So speaking of the restaurants and stuff, so let's say they're rude to wait staff.
Ooh.
100%
no.
deal breaker.
Deal
Deal breaker.
breaker.
Yeah, deal breaker. I cannot stand people who are like they'll sit and talk to you at the table, like, yeah, so I'm having this great time or whatever, and the waiter comes over and like, can I get you anything else? No, we're fine.
Yeah. That's a
Like,
deal breaker.
oh, ugh, like that tone of voice was weird. Like they're Jekyll and Hyde.
Pull the ejection handle at that point.
Yeah. I got into some friendships like that before where I'm like with someone at a restaurant, but it was like weeks into like being friends with them. And then that you realize it and you're like, oh shit, they're one of those people.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I would expand that out to like any service, right? Like cashiers or,
yes.
because beyond a first date, you might be going to doing other things where it's
You
like,
might be at
did
Home
you just-
Depot
right. Did you
planting your
just talk
garden.
to someone? Yes.
Right.
You might be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the character flaw.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
If they can be so nice to Jenny all the time, they can be nice to the waitress.
Right?
Mhm.
Wait, is this all the same person? This person sucks.
Fuck you and Jenny. Just get
Right.
away from me.
Right.
Okay, says I love you in the first 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Are
Red
you
flag.
that person? Or if you're with that person, what would you do?
2
Like,
weeks.
you're my soulmate.
I think context is super important in that one.
Yeah.
If you're at the GC at the chocolate fountain, it's like, wow, that was really weird. You know, if it's in the throes of passion, it's like, okay, maybe that one just like kind of got
Flipped out.
fired off.
What if it's like they're eating so much Golden Corral and they're like, they just look up at you with like the chocolate running down their face and they're like, ah, God, I love you.
They could just be a foodie. I say it's a red flag. You take note of it, but I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I think it is contextual because I'm like a very expressive person. So there would be times I think that I would be like, you know, like Will Ferrell, did we just become best friends? Like, oh my
Gotcha.
God, I
Yeah.
love you. You know, you brought me edible arrangements. Yeah, I'm right.
What if they said I love you during sex?
Must be some good sex.
They do. Why wouldn't they? It's really the better question.
Wait, does that happen every time?
Right.
Oh, and
That's
they're
tough.
just so drawn in. Like Harley, tattoos, beard, veteran T-shirt,
6
Vodka
feet
Vixon's
tall.
like, I love you. They're like, it's at the red light.
We're done.
Out the window.
We're done.
They're like, what?
Right.
Full send. Full
Right.
send.
Right. Full send.
Yeah, I don't know. I
it's
can't
all
do that.
situational. Like it's so funny. So someone is a picky eater. No, absolutely not. But they really like you. I'm on board.
We're not all damaged people or anything, are we?
Not damaged at all. All right, next one. Hit it to us.
All right. Next one is drunk texts. Drunk texts like over the top, like blows up your phone. Like level of communication is like blowing up your phone. I know Paul's answer to this.
Or in anger, jealousy, or in like, you're so beautiful. These are the things I want to do to you next time I see you.
Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah, see, that's a hard one. Because if it's like
Psycho, either way. Psycho, I say.
I was going to say, I already know Paul.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
I ain't got time for that shit. He doesn't even like me when I text like a paragraph, what could have been one text, and I text 3 separate times. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's a real personality difference in like texting style. Like you and I can rapid fire to each other, multiple conversations ongoing, and understand where the thread is. And I know definitely people that, like one of my girlfriends said once, like she knows if she gets one, she just waits and then be like, bing, bing,
right.
bing, bing. But her method is definitely prefers to like send it all in one paragraph. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Right.
That seems too abrupt.
I would have to say drunk texting, middle of the night drunk texting, in a rapid fire, in my experience, tends to always end with, fine, you're not answering me, fine, and then going in another direction. So regardless of how it starts, it always seems to just like go in another direction. Have fun with your boyfriend or some other jealous.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 2:00 in the morning. I am asleep.
Right. Like I've got kids. I'm doing my thing. Like
you don't have a special ring yet, so you don't get through on after hours emergencies.
That's a thing. Like that's a thing that I've heard of with like boyfriends, girlfriends nowadays. They do like special ringtones for them.
Well, you know, do you guys set your phone like at like 10 o'clock, go to sleep or whatever?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
Like my phone goes to silent mode at like 10:30.
Right. And do you have Paul, this might be do you have Paul set up like if he rings through after 10, it rings to you, or?
I don't think so. Ooh. Can you do that?
Yeah.
I'm always with her.
Yeah. True.
He's usually here at 10:30.
True. So. But so, you know, I have mine set up. but she's asleep. What does she know? But yeah, like I have mine set up that the people in my favorites can ring through. And so I only have a couple of people in my favorites. Like the kids are in there, my ex-husband is in there, my boyfriend is in there, my brother is in there. So if they call me after a certain time, it automatically rings through that barrier of turn off.
I should probably set my dad's to that. So
Yeah,
like if
just,
he's dying at like midnight, I don't miss it.
Right. They can't, otherwise it doesn't ring through. So, you know, if someone is texting me at 2:00 in the morning and they're not on that list, I'm asleep.
Yeah. Sorry,
Right.
not sorry. Going to bed.
Right. So yeah, in my experience, that would probably be a, we're done. Ghosting. Let the ghosting begin.
Okay. So that's not even a red flag. Like you want to discuss it. Like, hey, you can't be blowing up my phone like that.
It depends
like, that's
how it ended.
Cool.
But in my experience, it doesn't, by the time you wake up in the morning, the texts have gotten to like,
and you, yeah.
Fuck off, whore. Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, who are all these guys?
I have stories.
It's like a nuclear holocaust.
It is.
There.
Yes, I have stories. And then it's so honestly, it's not even like let the slow fade begin. It's like, okay, block.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're donezo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't know that I would deal with it for very long. I'm sure I would probably be like, hey, that's not cool. And then if they did it again, I'd be like, I'm done.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be like, psycho girlfriend. That's only going to get worse as time goes on.
Right. But I love it when when Drew texts me in the middle of the night usually it's because he's in another country and the time zone is just off, but I definitely love
that's true.
Waking up and
so they're not drunk texts, right? They're just
they could
random,
be, but right. But they're not abusive or, you know, accusatory. They're like whispering sweet nothings into my phone. So.
Yeah. Well, thank God texting didn't exist when like you and I were dating old fashioned because
thank God.
That one time you deserted me for a weekend and I blew your house phone. I blew his cell phone up that he left in Michigan when he took off.
Yeah, I had a early cell phone where it just told you how many missed calls you had.
Yeah.
Didn't even have call. So when I came home and I very smartly left my phone behind, it was like 137 missed calls.
You're like, that seems like a lot.
And it's like I was with all my friends, so I wonder who that could be. So
I think I denied it for like 12 years.
I was like, did you call me 137 times?
No, maybe like 10.
Now, I do have to be very grateful none of this technology existed in my like late when, you know, like when I got to college and into my 20s before I got married.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I agree.
Like,
I feel like I would have been really good in that landscape.
Yeah.
Like I think I could have earned like fuckboy status.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I would have never joined the military. I would have been like, why the hell would I leave?
Yeah, why would I do that? Here? I'm a fuckboy.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I could like figure out
Okay.
Because for us, it was bars and dance clubs, right? Like that was basically
which you hate. So
not my thing.
So if you could have done it all from the comfort of your couch or your bed, you would have been like, this is amazing. I could date the rest of my life. I'll just keep.
What Pitbull is to like international partying, I would have been to like the local fuckboy.
Yeah, I don't understand that reference. What's Pitbull?
Could you use like Sandra Bullock or Meg Ryan, please, as a reference? We're unaware.
Like Fred Astaire.
Reference.
I would have been the Fred Astaire.
Oh, that I understand.
There we go.
Is this a lot like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington or?
Yeah, it would have been Pauly B Goes to Ho-Town. Thoughtsville.
Oh
What's your game called? Township?
Yeah.
Thoughtship.
Thoughtship. Pauly B Goes to Thoughtship.
Oh my God. No,
I was born in the wrong decade. Girls hadn't embraced their like salutdom yet at that point. Now that's like a totally acceptable thing. Like back then it'd be like, no, I can't.
No, and it's not just back then, but think about we're from the Midwest. There's still so many hangups around all of that.
Oh yeah. There's huge hangups with just where we're from too. Well, we're all from the Midwest, but like where we're living now, there's still.
Well, I could have been like an LA guy. Like I don't have the looks for that, and that's like a saturated market. I could have been like a Florida guy.
You could have been an LA
Florida
guy,
man.
like Night at the Roxbury.
I would have done okay in Florida. Yeah, exactly. Is that like a current reference for you?
Night at the Roxbury.
So bad.
It's the last movie Vodka Vixon saw.
Not. Oh my God. No, I did watch Extraction last weekend with Thor, otherwise known as.
Oh, I know.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, is that an Avengers movie?
No, it's just Thor is in it. That's obviously he has a name.
Oh, the guy that
Thor.
plays Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we sat down to watch it, and neither one of us had seen it. But I said, I really hope he takes his shirt off, because that was all I was really interested in. He did not.
It's about dentistry.
Spoiler alert. He did not. Yeah, it's basically it's a remake of Feed Me, Seymour. What's that?
Oh, I was making a joke because it was called Extraction.
Of course it's not. It's a war movie.
Oh, that kind of extraction.
Yeah.
See, if you're cool, you call that exfil.
I'm not cool though.
Get out.
Maybe you haven't met me. I just used Night at the Roxbury's as a reference. Do you think
you should know
cool?
the terms?
Yeah.
You should know the terms, Cammy Chaser.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Spend a little more time talking, a little less time,
Yeah.
And you'll pick up on some of this stuff.
Right. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna have to get a TikTok. So.
Oh my God.
All right. Next one.
God. All right. Last one.
Last one.
Lives with their parents.
Oh no. No.
Is that a deal breaker? That's a full deal breaker. What if they're saving money for that amazing apartment they want to move into?
No. Right. Hold on. So here's, all right. I know a guy.
Oh, of course. Here we go. Story time.
Who was interested in me, and I was not interested in him. And one of the reasons that I was not, besides the fact that there was distance, long distance, he seemed like a nice guy, but also his station in life was not what would be something that I would put myself in due to be totally honest, right? Like I do often think about like, all right, if I had to tell my ex-husband, yeah, this is the guy I'm moving the kids in with, like, what does that look like?
Okay.
He was a janitor at a school.
Okay.
And lived with his parents.
Okay.
Now, right on the surface, you're like, whoa, he's getting a divorce.
You have babysitters. Like, okay, wait, Old Fashioned has a really great point. Like, you have built-in babysitters right there.
I actually never looked at it this way.
You overlooked that big part.
I did overlook that.
Damn it.
Oh, well, time to, go back in the past.
I think you should hit him up.
That's a Wayne's World reference for our listeners. Wayne's World was a skit on Saturday Night Live. A series of movies before most people were born.
Oh my God, before our tens of listeners were born.
Let's be real. Everyone who listens to this is going to get all these references no matter what. And they're going to be like...
You know what? But, okay.
I love it.
Him and I we've remained friends. He's a friend of a friend. And so we were recently talking, and he did move out, but from his parents, he got back on his feet, and he's, moved out of his parents' house. And we were talking about it, and I was like, you know what? You got to sell it like this. You got to sell it differently. You don't live with your parents. Your parents live with you. Big difference.
Go. Yeah, because once you hit a certain age, you can start claiming that.
Right.
Like past 30, you're like, my parents live with me.
You're taking care of them. That's so sweet.
Yes.
Big difference.
It's all in how you present it.
It's all in how words have meaning.
You got to spin it. Spin it in your favor. I love it.
Yeah. Now, I think that's probably different for a woman dating a man who lives with his parents. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Why? Is she like a college student? Like, this could be a good thing.
Paul's like, yes, because she's 20.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because she's 20. Well, of course she would live with her parents. She's never dated before.
Right.
Glass half full.
Yeah.
No, if a guy lived with his parents, that'd be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, she's 40. She has a couple kids. She lives with her parents. Paul.
It really depends on the circumstances, I think.
And
but
she's vegan.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a deal breaker.
And she's vegan.
Oh, this bitch is on the curb.
We're done.
I live with my parents. It's cool. I've got kids. It's cool.
I also love possums.
It's all right.
I only eat hamburgers.
Hit the bricks, bitch.
Get an Uber.
And I'm not paying for it. Get out of here.
Wait, you forgot your fanny pack?
I have a fanny pack.
All right, so I have no more, but I want to know from each of you, go back in time, bloop, 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 bloop. Yep. What is the biggest thing that you've ever had happen, like with a person you were dating or trying to see, and you were like, oh, I thought this was going to be awesome, and then like they did something and you were like, I'm out, bro. Like, what was your biggest deal breaker?
The glass shattering moment.
Yeah. I'll let Mandy go first because I think she has a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, is that or are you saying there was a glass shattering moment? Like there was a moment where glass shattered? Is this a real story, or you're saying like what is the moment?
It's a cultural reference. You'll get it.
What era?
You'll catch up.
Movie do I need to be in?
The aughts, 2000.
He keeps saying this word, the aughts. Like you're like a boomer. Like nobody says that. Nobody says the aughts.
Well, I'm bringing it back.
Bananas. All right. So biggest deal breaker. I don't even know if I can think of one because I'm trying to think back. I did meet a friend for coffee one time who I didn't really know who she was. Met her. And I would say this would be my biggest deal. This is my story. Now I'm realizing. She goes into this whole story about how her brother is a sex offender and is on the registry now, but they don't talk about it within the family because, it's kind of taboo. And, like when he comes home, we just kind of ignore it. And I'm like, wait. He lives with you?
We just talk about it with acquaintances.
Right.
I was like, oh, he lives with you? And she was like, yeah, he lives with us. And I'm like, with us? Oh. She's like, yeah, well, I mean, and she was my age. And she was like, yeah, I live with my parents and my two sisters and my brother who's on the sex offender and then my sister's son. And I was like, I'm out. I'm out of this. Like, I don't want anything to do with this. That's my deal breaker. That wasn't even a dating story. That was just like, I'm not going to call you ever again to go out. Because I don't want to be.
What are you going to do?
Let the ghosting begin.
Get all the kids together, and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
ghosting.
It was weird.
Mine is I was with this chick for a long time, and then she started a podcast.
Yeah, I thought maybe she was like yelling at you about crumbs in the butter.
Yeah, that's like big dick energy. That's like big pregnancy hormones.
Oh God!
None of my listeners know that story.
Yeah, that's for another time.
That is. You can stay tuned. Like my page for part 2.
If you think Winey Girl is just all sugar and spice and the sweetest creature ever, she is. But there were moments where she went from zero to fucking psycho in a matter of seconds.
In 6 months pregnant.
Yeah. Well, that was before you're in like the mom group where everybody's pushing antidepressants and Xanax on you. Like I didn't know that was an
pregnancy
option.
Hormones are about.
Right. Nobody knew. Nobody told me that stuff. So I just embraced the psychopath and I ran with it. Thought that's what you were.
Yeah. Gosh, that's tough. Like I've put up with a lot of ish in my day.
So you don't have one in particular that is like, that stands out. I never called them again. I left immediately and try not to think about it.
There are a lot. You know what? There are a lot of things I try not to think about. Let's see. There is a situation where this was the summertime. I had on sandals, and so we were out. Oh, you have really cute feet. Oh, thanks. do you think like $200 a month would be a good allowance to keep your feet like pedicured?
Shut the front door.
Oh, foot fetish guy.
Yeah, didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Did not know.
Apparently,
that
like super
was a
common.
thing.
Super, super common.
Super
People
common. Didn't even know it was a real thing. Like a real thing. Like I thought it was like someone who thought feet were cute. Nope. There's a lot more involved in that.
So how much did you make off that guy is what I want to know.
I actually called him last week.
The first year.
Right. I called him last week to see if he was still interested.
Checks cash every month.
Right.
We've renegotiated 4 times.
Right. Who says $200 is enough to get you there?
Yeah, I'm going to need way more than that. I'm going to need at least 1,000 to keep these.
Right.
What's a pedicure cost?
$50.
Oh yeah, you'd need more than that then.
$40-$50.
That's a mani-pedi, and then they, want to put the clay on it, feet and paraffin wax.
Yeah, and they want to like grate off the bottoms of your feet when you've got calluses.
Remover, which we're all going to need after this.
Oh my God. Well, no, we're not, because nobody's been walking around.
If someone gave me $200 a month for like pictures of feet or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, they'll cover like insurance or streaming services. Or...
Right. So I didn't
like, I
didn't turn on. I didn't there. Like, it wasn't like I'm never calling you again, because when I say I didn't know it was a thing, I didn't know it was a thing. And so I think the way that worked out was like the next day or the day after that, I was getting ready to go on a vacation. And so I left, but then there were like other red flags. So I was on a family vacation, and lots of family things going on. So I wasn't as attentive, and that started to get into like the fine, you're ignoring me. So there were other red flags. And then while I was out on that vacation with my family, there started to videos started to be sent to me, and I was like, whoa, what? And then it was blocked. Like,
wait, this is the same person?
Yeah.
Wait, what were the videos?
Like of his feet or other people's feet?
Videos of the feet.
Oh.
No, they were links to
adult videos. What you could do with your feet.
Yeah.
I got you.
Or rather, what he could do.
He could do with your feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but now I don't need to worry about any of that.
So fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hamburgers don't seem that bad now.
Now I don't worry.
Yeah.
No,
wow.
They really don't. I mean, being a vegan still sounds like a pain in the ass, but
that's true. I'd take the foot guy over the vegan.
Let me see if I still got that guy's number.
Oh my God.
We gotta get Hamburger Guy on the show.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. He would talk the whole time. I know this guy. He would liven things up. He'd be hilarious.
Who?
The hamburger guy.
Oh.
The guy who dated the girl.
This is a girl.
Oh.
She's saying we got to have the guy
that
dated the girl that only ate hamburgers.
Work on it.
All right. Well, it's that segment in the show where we all talk about what we're drinking. Who wants to go first? Don't all holler up at once.
I'll say it. So I'm drinking Step Dude American Lager, 5% alcohol by volume, brewed by Mother's Brewing Company. Appropriate, because I'm here with my 2 mommies.
Oh. That'll be $800, please.
You 2 can feed me after this. Brewed and bottled in Springfield, Missouri, so close to home. Step Dude.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Vodka Vixen? Are you pouring back vodka tonight?
I am vodka-ing up tonight. I had a couple of Bloody Marys. My preference is always the Deep Eddy vodka made in Austin, Texas. I really love it.
Yep. Do you like their flavored kind or?
Okay, so that's probably for another show. I know we're getting ready to end, but I'm not allowed to buy the flavored kind anymore. I'm allowed to only buy plain kind and then flavor it with a variety of other mixers. So
due to your diet requirements?
I think that was one of the rules set by Feet Guy.
No. Just one of my cami chasing loves of my life.
Yeah, one of them.
What is that, Zing Zang?
Yeah, Zing Zang is my favorite Bloody Mary mix. I do a scoop of horseradish sauce to make it horseradish to make it extra spicy. And since I'm in the South now, Old Bay seasoning is how I
Look at you.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm a pickle girl in my Bloody Mary.
All right. So you drop a pickle in there, let it marinate, eat the pickle
I do.
afterwards, or throw it out?
Yep. Gotta be a Clausen.
Sweet and sour or dill?
No, always a dill. And,
Nice.
the refrigerated kind.
Oh,
that
yeah.
snap when you break them.
Ooh, because that's how they advertise,
I'm
right?
a pickle snob.
Crack.
Pickle snob, yeah. Never heated.
Yep.
Low bar in men, high bar in pickles.
Yeah, right. I mean, they never disappoint me. Pickles have never once.
That's right. Unless they don't snap, and then it's like, it's all over.
Right.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Well, the Winey Girl tonight is drinking a lovely wine that Old Fashioned bought. The label is awesome. It just says, "And why am I Mr. Pink?" I love it. It's really good. It is 2019, almost vintage. I guess that is vintage, apparently. But it's another 12.5% by volume, and it's really, really good. Let's see. Trey Bush of the Underground Wine Project in Mattawa, Washington. Mark Ryan McNeely and Trey Bush. Think it's Bush family?
Props to the Reservoir Dogs reference.
What's the Reservoir Dogs reference?
It's Mr. Pink. Why am I Mr. Pink? It's from Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, did that come out after 2004? Because we are...
I think like 93.
That's actually
maybe.
A movie that we should know, but it's definitely one of those male movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Cult classics.
I think I've seen it, but probably fell asleep
you've probably
during
seen it
while
once,
we were dating.
like I have.
Yeah.
Not like Paul,
Yeah.
who's probably seen it like 7 to 12 times.
Most likely.
Guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Our first threesome.
Yeah.
It went better than expected.
I liked the game. Good job.
Nice. All right. Well, I can't wait till next time. Have an amazing night. So happy to see your face and hear your voice.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Kisses.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of The Winey Girl. Be sure to check the description for all the links from the show and visit thewineygirl.com for all things Winey Girl. Until next time, cheers, bitches. Booyah.